Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
All right. Clap it up. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. This is history class, it's history class. And, we like to get into a little bit of history, let our people know where we from. You understand who we are. You understand like that, and give them a little biblical knowledge, a little history too. You know what I mean? Tonight is Monday night. We're going to get into a little bit of this Thanksgiving that everybody about to celebrate Thursday. You understand? Celebrating Thanksgiving has always been against the Most High. Thanksgiving has been against our people because our people are the ones that suffered around Thanksgiving time. You understand? That's a holiday that we should never have been celebrating. We should never celebrate Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is the destruction of our Native American brothers. You understand? We should not be celebrating Thanksgiving. That's just like somebody celebrating, our trip over here on those slave ships. You understand? Or that what's that Mexican American War. You understand?
Okay.
55 million of our Hispanic brothers unalive, their land taken. 77 million of the Native Americans unalive, lands taken. You understand? That's what our oppressor does. You understand? He unalives, takes whatever he wants, and that's all Thanksgiving is about. It's about unaliving the Native Americans. We're going to get into some of this. You understand? Now you can pull that article up, that Pumunky Peace Talks. You understand? It's a heavy article. You understand? A lot of our brothers and sisters don't really know the history of America. You understand? America has a terrible history. You want to read that?
Kind, sir. It's the Pumunky Indian tribe.
And Pumunky Indians are closely related to the Powhatan Indians and a couple of other Indian tribes. You understand? We get ready to get into this article and we get ready to read up on it. Go ahead, bro.
Kind. The Pumunky Indian tribe is an Indian tribe that the Commonwealth of Virginia has recognized since the 17th century.
And think about this, right? The Pumunky Indian tribe was here long before, the oppressor got here. Now the oppressor saying he's recognizing them. They should be the ones that should be recognized. You understand? You came onto a land of people who had already possessed the land. Go ahead.
In 1983, while granting recognition to several other tribes, Virginia again acknowledged the Pumunky tribe's status. In 2015, the federal government officially recognized the tribe. The tribe has a reservation located on the Pumunky River in King William County and is one of the nation's oldest, dating back to 1646. Of the reservations, 1,200 acres, 500 are wetlands. In 2012, about 80 Pumunky tribe members lived on the reservation, with many more residing in nearby Richmond and Newport News, as well as throughout Virginia and the United States. Pumunky people have served in every American war and major conflict.
Hey, listen. Oh, go ahead.
Beginning with the Revolutionary War, which was in 1775 to 1783.
Hey, listen, they damn near served in every war just like we did. You understand? They fighting for their lives right now on these reservations. And the crazy thing about it is they got them on reservations on land that they supposed to own, right? But they have to get permission from the American government to build and to do anything on their own land. They have to get permission. What type of thing is that? You understand? Yeah. Now understand something about this Pamunkey tribe. You understand what I'm saying? Pamunkey tribe was a tribe from what they said 1646.
It's like
about 1646. I want to get the year right.
They said they've been recognized since the 16th century.
Since the 16th century, that means
17th century. Right.
So that means 16 something. 16.
Come on.
All right, go ahead. Start that next part of that article.
Come on. Some scholars believe that the Pamunkey have accompanied their tribal area. Have occupied their tribal area for 10,000 to 12,000 years. By 1607, when the first English settlers founded Jamestown, the Pamunkey lived in towns and villages along the Pamunkey River. They spoke a dialect of Algonquin.
Yeah.
And were one of the 6 core tribes. Senecomico, a political alliance of Algonquin speaking tribes in 1607 was ruled by Powhatan. Powhatan likely appointed his younger brother or cousin.
Just say
wow. As the Werants or chief of the Pamunkey. As part of Senecomico, the Pamunkey were involved in the periods of hostility between the English and native communities that were now hostility.
Known as the first.
My bad. Pamunkey were involved in the periods of hostility between the first English and native communities that are now known as the first 1609 through 1614, second 1622 through 1632.
Hey, check this out. We're gonna hold right there, right? The importance of this whole this article right here, and especially with this Pamunkey tribe right here. This was a very important tribe. You understand? Like I said, they were related to a couple of other tribes that were up and down that Pamunkey River, right? The oppressor came in around, I think it was 1646, to make a peace treaty with the Pamunkey tribe after them going back and forth warring and stuff like that. So in order to sign the peace treaty, they had a dinner, just like a Thanksgiving. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? And they came in, they brought food, they brought wine and everything else. Well, guess what the oppressor did? The oppressor poisoned the wine. And that's why it's called the Pamunkey poisoning peace talks. That's what it's actually called. The Pamunkey poisoning peace talks. They got the Pamunkey tribes to drink the wine that they had. The wine was poison, and they begin to unalive them after they become incapacitated. And the ones that didn't drink the wine, they bludgeoned them to death. They destroyed the whole Pamunkey tribe. You understand? And this is what our oppressor does. This is the reason why we should not celebrate Thanksgiving. They have a plaque to commemorate the Pamunkey tribe and the horrors that they did to the Pamunkey tribe. You understand? I want to grab Darash. Grab me Psalms chapter 55, and we're gonna start at verse 20. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I may, that sound like when Israel did a peace deal with the Gaza,
Right.
said they was going to bring food, and they
Exactly.
dropped the crates of food on top of the people.
On top of the people.
when they brought it.
Not only did they do that, they dropped it on top of the people, but they started shooting at the people as they were going for the food. You understand what I'm saying? This is a European trick. You understand? This is a part of their DNA. This is what they do. You understand? And this is the reason why we should not celebrate Thanksgiving. Not only that, think about the horrors that they have done to us. You understand? Serving us up, serving us bad food. Look at what they do to us now in our neighborhoods. You understand? Look at what they do to us with the welfare system. Look at what they do to us redlining and everything else. And they're back in those days, they weren't so subtle with their evil. You understand? They become subtle with their evil. They put a lot of things together to make us think that they helping us, just like they did the Pumunky peace talks. They made the Pumunky people feel comfortable and made them feel like, well, they trying to help us. And it's the same thing that they do to us today. They make us feel like they trying to help us, but all the while they trying to undermine us. You understand what I'm saying? This is what America does. You understand? And if you think about it, you listen to a lot of the same news and stuff that I listen to, right? Every time they talk about horrors and tragedies of the earth, every time they talk about some of the greatest, atrocities and tragedies of the earth, you never hear them talk about the transatlantic slave trade. You never hear them talk about the horrific unalivings of us that they have done to us in the early 17th, 18th, and 19th century. You understand? Some of these things are still happening today. You understand? And we sit by and we celebrate with our oppressors in their holidays like everything is good, like nothing has never happened. And this is the reason why the Most High told us to separate from them. But we have a hard time understanding. It says, well, Hosea chapter 4:6 say what? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. This is the reason why we here tonight, to give our people the knowledge and the understanding so that they can make a sound decision. You understand? And the only sound decision that there is to make is not to celebrate the unholy holidays of our oppressor. You understand? You got that, Darash? Go ahead.
If I could. So I feel like, and the thing is, and I feel like this is exactly what it is. Our Christian pastors, our leadership, they made us, they're the ones that continue our Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
Because we root for our oppressors.
Right.
Like every time you celebrate Thanksgiving, every time you eat that turkey, every time you take time out to take that flight to get to your family house, you might think, in your mind, the spirit is, I just want to be here with my family. I just want to be together with my family. The whole time you're coming together to celebrate and further our oppression. You know what I mean? Because we don't even, and the worst part about it is like when I say also our leaders, because we don't realize that the Native Americans, our Hispanic brothers and sisters, like we don't think that that's our family.
Right.
We don't look at them as family. We look at them as like, damn, that's what happened to them.
Right. Exactly. You understand? We gotta understand that. Slide over this way, son. Is it? Yeah, there we go. We got to understand that we are family, and that's the problem with us today. You understand? Because somebody doesn't look exactly like you, we don't think that we're family. But look at all of the people of the earth, and we keep saying, we got a lot of brothers out here and sisters that think they African. We African. But if you look at everything across the board, you don't see any of these atrocities happening to the Africans. You understand? You don't see any of these atrocities happening to the Asians. You don't see it happening to any of the East Indians. You don't see this happening to the Arabs. They at war with the Arabs. They at war with the Chinese. They at war with the Asians. You understand? They at war with the East Indians. But these atrocities are happening to us. There has to be a connection. Something you have to look at, you understand, before you start making a decision on who we're related to and who we're not related to. You understand?
Okay.
You got that, Darash?
Well, Come on.
All right, so read that loud for me.
Psalms chapter 55, verse 20. He hath
He hath
put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Oh, right there. It says he have put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. You understand? Listen, America puts forth her hand against all of her allies. Listen, that's what America's doing right here now today.
Right. Okay.
You understand? She's threatening her allies
Right. Okay.
to fall into line with her evilness. You understand? That's what America's doing. America is putting forth her hands against the very people who are supposed to be at peace with her. You understand? And that's what America did to the Native Indians. America put forth her hand as such against such as be at peace with her. What does it mean to put forth her hand against the person that's supposed to be at peace with you? What does that mean? You know what that means, Darash? If somebody put forth their hand against you, what that mean?
Fight.
They won't say that again?
You gonna fight?
Fight? Yeah, that's right. That's right. America put forth her hand. America goes to war with the very people that be at peace with her. You understand? That's just what America does. America is a warmongering nation.
Right. Okay.
America is the whore of the earth.
Okay.
You understand? America is built for destruction. What we looking at right now, we are actually in the midst of World War III right now. America had put forth her hand against such as be at peace with her. Go ahead, finish, Darash.
He has broken his covenant.
He had broken his covenant. We talked about this the other day, right? America had over 177 peace treaties with the Native Americans and has broken every peace treaty. America has broken every peace treaty with her allies. The things that America says America's going to do, America does not do.
Okay.
You understand? America never keeps her promises. Think about it, right? We got promised 40 acres and a mule.
Right.
We got promised a piece of land in which we could live as a society, which has never been given to us. We've always been promised reparations. Think about this, right? Every year that they want to come and look for your vote. That's the one thing they used against so-called Negroes in America. They used that reparations talk. And everybody start getting hyped up. You understand that everybody throws their vote. Think about it, right? That's what Biden used. Biden used that reparations. We're going to start talking about, thinking about, and think about it is they talk about reparations. It's not something that they putting on the books. Think about how quickly when Biden came in, how quickly he made that Asian hate law. 7 Asians got hurt. And they immediately came in and made an Asian hate law, right? But we've been being destroyed in America for over 450 years, and we still ain't got anything to protect us from our oppressor. You can't do nothing to an Asian, but an Asian can unalive you in their store and say you look like you were stealing something.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
We've seen this happen multiple times.
Okay.
You understand?
Hey, what's the sister name? Little young sister?
Yeah, that happened in the 90s?
That was the 90s, kind of. Okay.
Yeah. And then it just happened to a little young boy a couple of months ago.
Yeah, nice.
He got unalived. His son screamed, he has a gun. The young kid was running away. I believe he was 12 or 13, just graduated from junior high school. Just graduated. You understand? He had put forth his hands as such that be at peace with him, and he has broken all of his covenants. America is not a country that can be trusted. This is the reason why we should not celebrate Thanksgiving. We shouldn't celebrate Christmas. We shouldn't celebrate New Year's, Valentine's Day, or anything that America calls a holiday.
All right.
You understand?
So,
Go ahead.
what's that quote? It was one of them political devils from back in like the 50s or something like that. It was a quote he said that you brought out one time. He said, "Don't listen to movies."
Oh, that was Henry Kissinger, right? Henry Kissinger said it's dangerous.
Right. There we go.
No, he said it's dangerous to be a friend or a friend of America, but it's detrimental to be a it's dangerous to be an enemy. He said it's detrimental to be an enemy, but it's dangerous to be an ally of America. Says America treats his enemies better than he treats his allies.
Right.
If you look at what America's doing right now to the European Union, America's putting a big target on the European Union, a Russian target on the European Union, pushing the European Union right out front so that they can be destroyed by Russia and America can sit to the side scot-free. America has no allies. No one is the friend of America. You understand? And this is the reason why we should not celebrate America's holidays with her. America, these Europeans, these oppressors should celebrate their holidays alone.
Right.
You understand? They should celebrate their holidays alone.
Sorry, I found it. The quote.
Go ahead. Read that quote. Listen to this quote.
This is a quote from Henry Kissinger. It said, "It may be dangerous to be America's enemy, but to be America's friend is fatal."
It's fatal.
Good night.
It's dangerous. Danger means you got a chance to get out of the way of danger.
Right.
But fatal means that's a wrap. You understand? It's over.
Right.
Fatality. You know, it's America has no friends. You understand? We cannot be the friend of America.
Right.
And celebrating holidays with America is being the friend of America.
Right.
You understand? We cannot celebrate Thanksgiving. You understand? Just like we said before, celebrating Thanksgiving is just celebrating the unaliving of your brothers and sisters, the Native American.
Right.
You understand? We are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, but we giving you the knowledge right now. That's right. Hosea 4:6, right? Said that right?
That's it. That's it. Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay. And it's so heavy because you said that. Matter of fact, this was a former U.S. secretary that said this.
Right.
Henry Kissinger. But the thing is, everybody, Christians, supposed to, if they feel like God loves everybody, right. God loves everyone. So why would you celebrate? Everybody, like, it's so easy to Google the true origins of Thanksgiving.
Right.
Everybody talks and knows that it's a lie. You got it in the rap song. Jay-Z said it. You know what I mean? Nas said it. He said, "I call this holiday hell day."
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody knows that it's bad. It's terrible. But as Christians, why don't people just, like, if God supposed to love everybody, why don't you love the people that, you know what I mean, was unalived by these people, by America? Like, why do we celebrate it?
Right.
It's supposed to be all love. Thou shalt not kill, you know what I mean? That's how Christians think, they all that. But you're celebrating this high holy day. I mean, this holiday, Slack.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to bring that out, Slack.
And think about this too, right? We talk about how the Native Americans were deceived, right? Back then. Think about what Woodrow Wilson did to black people back in 1913. He needed that black vote to win the presidency. So he promised black people that he would make everything equal in America for black people and white people alike. Well, once he got voted in, he said, "The hell with black people." That's Woodrow Wilson. You can look that up. You understand what I'm saying? We always falling for it, not just the Native Americans, but we fall for it too. Look at where we sitting at right now. We sitting in poverty. But what we gonna do? We gonna go out. We gonna buy that turkey, that cranberry sauce. We gonna buy that stuff and everything. We gonna celebrate. We gonna have people over eating on a turkey in celebration of the destruction of the Native American Indians and our own destruction. You understand? We gotta stop. We gotta stop falling for the lies and untruths of our oppressor. What you got, Darash?
With Thanksgiving, they say Thanksgiving is for like
You gotta hold the mic.
it's for like
You hold like a rapper.
I know, right?
You don't like a rapper. Yo, you ain't no rapper. Yeah. Go ahead. What you saying?
they say like Thanksgiving is for people to like get together and yeah, just get together with family. You could get together with family anytime.
Right.
With Christmas, your parents could give you stuff anytime.
Yeah.
With Halloween, your parents could give you candy anytime. You can get candy anytime.
Right. But that's what make an unholy holiday unholy, because they choose when you can have turkey.
Yeah.
You understand? They choose when you can get gifts. They choose when you can get candy. You understand? They say on this day, this is the day where you can get a bag of candy. This is the day where you can eat turkey and stuffing and all of that. This is the day where you can go out and put on a little Halloween costume and different stuff like that. This is the day you can give your lady hearts and chocolate and stuff like that. You understand? Well, we got to stop listening to America. You want to finish that article for me? Go ahead to 21.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
You heard that? Said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. That's what I was talking about with Woodrow Wilson, right? Woodrow Wilson said, I'm gonna make everything equal for black people. You understand? Ain't gonna be no more poverty. Ain't gonna be no more ghettos. We're gonna clean up we're gonna clean up America. We're gonna make America great again.
Right.
See, MAGA ain't something that started with Donald Trump. They've always been trying to make America great, but America's always been great for the oppressor.
Yeah.
America has never been great for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. You understand? It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. He had all of us baffled, and he had all of us mind blown. You understand? Because we couldn't imagine it being equal, blacks and whites being equal. You understand? That was something that we had to see. So we pulled that lever. Woodrow Wilson. And once he got into office, he literally said, to hell with black people. We keep falling for it every 2 and 4 years. The same thing over and over and over again. We keep falling for it every holiday over and over and over again. When are we going to learn? We love simplicity. You understand? We love the simple things. We love to hear the smooth things. We love to hear the things that make our ears tingle. And you understand? We like that stuff that make us, tell me again. Yeah, you know how you say something to your girl and your girl be like, "Oh, tell me again." That's how we are. We are a jilted lover. You understand? That just loves to be brutalized. You understand? Right. Tell me again. Tell me you love me. You understand? Oh, we gonna give y'all reparations this year. Oh, he said, let's vote for him. You understand? Even that voting, that's against what the Most High has told us. What you got, Darash?
Like with smoking, like you smoke and then you get cancer and then you die.
Right.
Like it's all good until you get that cancer.
Right. Listen, that's being disobedient to the Most High. And just like you said with that smoking, you get that cancer. It's a consequence coming with that smoking, right? It's a consequence when you celebrate the unholy holidays, because it goes against what the Most High tells us. Right. And then think about this, right? Every Thanksgiving, how many people get unalived at a Thanksgiving dinner? How many people get unalived, going out for Halloween? How many people don't get what they want on Valentine's Day and get unalived? Right. You understand what I'm saying? These holidays are unholy holidays and bring unholy things. You understand? This is the reason why we can't celebrate Thanksgiving. We are destroyed as a people. You understand? Go ahead. What you going to say?
But good. And the thing, and it's so heavy that we bring it out. The words of his mouth was smoother than butter. The thing is, his words and his actions are smooth. Because the thing is, like around Thanksgiving time, everybody become goddamn Nino Brown out here. You can get a turkey everywhere. I got a free turkey. You know what I mean? Like my rib, she got it from the gym. Got it from the Y. They was giving out turkeys. I had a job of slavery I was working. They gave out turkeys. You know what I mean? Right. Like you can, you know what I mean? Everybody becomes kind. Yeah, you get your turkey, you know what I mean? Get your eat on. Everybody it fills the air. You know what I mean? So his words are smooth and his actions are smooth. And unless you in this body, you know what I mean, then you're gonna keep getting taken advantage of, like some unfortunate young sister that just only likes them smooth words and nice tennis shoes. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Go ahead. What you got, Darash?
In my school, we had a whole Thanksgiving meal.
Did y'all?
We had turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes.
That's how they hook us, right? Kids want to come back for that. Kids like that. You understand? And the thing is that's how they get us when we're young.
Yeah.
You understand? Even with the Christmas, you know what I couldn't wait for when I was young? We was young. They used to give us the little see-through stocking with the fruit, the nuts, and the candy and all that in it. Looked like a stocking and a thing like that. I couldn't wait until Christmas time came to get one of them from school. You understand what I'm saying? When you can get fruit, nuts, and candy any day of the year. What made that fruit, candy, and nuts? What made that different from any other time? You understand what I'm saying? Nothing. It's the knowing that the holiday is coming. Yeah. You understand? It's the holiday being embedded in you, so much so that your excitement gets so heightened that you don't realize that you eat oranges and apples all the time.
Yeah.
You eat nuts and candy all the time. But on this one special day, that stuff look totally better than it looks throughout any other day. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's when you know you in the spirit of America. You're in the spirit of the holiday. And that's what Thanksgiving does to us.
Okay.
Start you off young, right? By the time you 12, 13, 14, it's embedded in you. By the time you 20, 21, and you begin to have children, now you're adding sin upon sin. Yeah. You're teaching your children evil.
Good man.
You understand what I'm saying? Thanksgiving is an evil thing that we hand down as a tradition from generation to generation to generation. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Go ahead, Darash, finish that for me.
But war was in his heart.
It says, but war was in his heart. Listen, the only thing the oppressor is thinking about is how I can destroy these people. What's the scripture in the Bible that tells them if these people sin against their God, then we can overcome them? You know that scripture?
Okay.
If these people sin against their God, as long as they follow their God, basically he's saying they undefeatable.
Okay.
Right? But he said, but if we can get these people to go against their God, if we can get them to sin against their God, then we can go in and defeat them. It will be their ruin. These are the things that they use to take us down. These Thanksgiving is the ruin of our people. Christmas is the ruin of our people. New Year's is the ruin of our Valentine's Day. All of those things, Memorial Day, all of those things are the destruction of our people. These are the things that keep us in iniquity with the Most High. This is what keeps us destroyed. Right now, we sitting at the doorstep of Thanksgiving right now. We got people running out doing everything. Stores are crowded right now for one day. For one day of eating, they're going to wipe everything off the shelves. You're going to have people fighting. Think about it, right? Even Black Friday. The day, what's that? The day after Thanksgiving, right? Black Friday. You're going to have people knocking each other's brains out to get electronics. To buy TVs and everything out of Walmart, out of Best Buy, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Another holiday that they created. We literally watched them create Black Friday.
Yeah.
We watched them. It was a time there was no Black Friday. In the 80s, it wasn't no such thing as Black Friday. There wasn't no Black Friday in the 80s. After the day after Thanksgiving, everybody laid around and ate off the food that was left over.
Right.
And watched football.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You watch football Thanksgiving and you watch football on that Friday. They had games coming on. Look at us now. Breaking each other up. You understand? Destroying each other just for a holiday. And just like we said before, how many times have you heard people being unalived on Thanksgiving, being unalived on Christmas, being unalived on New Year's, being unalived on Valentine's Day? It's just something that happens. You understand? Because we are in iniquity with the Most High. We don't want to listen to what the Father tells us to do. We destroyed as a people. You understand? Yeah. No, I want that.
This is Judah chapter 5, verse.
You got the main part.
Come on. I'm gonna say 20.
Go ahead.
21. Hold on, let me get 20 because 20, you gotta get that.
Get a little context.
Right.
Go ahead.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people,
listen, if there be any error against these people, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
If there be any error with these people and they sin against their God, if we do anything that goes against what the Most High has told us, if we celebrate Thanksgiving, if we celebrate Christmas,
right,
if we celebrate New Year's, you understand? If we lie with another man's wife,
right, you
understand? If we unalive another man unjustly, you understand? Because we know things can happen at times. It's not always on purpose. You understand? If we do any of these things, go ahead.
Let us consider that this will be their ruin.
Let us consider. Let us know that this is how they'll be defeated. This is how that kingdom falls. You understand? Think about this. And nobody never thinks about this, right? What was the ruin of Black Wall Street? What was the ruin of Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Right.
What was the ruin of Seneca Village?
Mm-hmm.
What was the ruin of what's that one in Florida? They made the movie about it. Rosewood. There you go, Rosewood. And all the black cities and towns across America. What was the ruin of that? Because we were in iniquity. Read that again.
Come. Let us consider that. And they sin against their God.
And they sinned against their God. Listen, we look at these cities and towns, right? And we look at them as though they were the greatest things on the face of the earth. It couldn't be the greatest things on the face of the earth because they fell. Why did they fall? Because they fell because even at the height that we were, even in America's downtroddenness, remember, America was going through its Great Depression, and we had millionaires at this time. But guess what? We also had people who was poor as dirt. We had millionaires that wasn't helping the people that was poor as dirt. Yes. We had people laid out in the streets and in the gutters because of selfishness, because they weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments. This is the reason why Tulsa, Oklahoma fell. This is the reason why Seneca Village. This is the reason why Rosewood and all of those little cities, black cities and towns, this is the reason why they fell, because they were not following the law, statutes, and commandments. Well, this is the reason why the ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohana, is bringing this truth out to us today.
Okay.
You understand? Because once this kingdom falls, our kingdom is going to rise.
That's right.
And we are definitely going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, what it said that dude, what in the Bible, it told us in the Bible, the dude that was found with the gold and the he had it buried in his tent.
Man, good.
Remember that? And they unalived the whole family. You understand what I'm saying? What was it, Kura?
I think it was. I might be getting too mixed up. The brother that stole when they went after.
That's it right there.
He had
He had the gold in the garments, right?
Yeah, it was a golden garment.
The nation's garments.
Garments of gold. I thought he had garments of gold. He had a little bit of. He had some cheddar too. Yeah. Buried. Yeah, he had it buried under his tent. Yeah, you know what I mean. And they unalived him and the whole family. You understand what I'm saying? Well, that's them laws are gonna be coming back. You understand now? This is what's gonna make people think, because once it happened one time, you understand? Everybody's like, oh,
What?
remember what happened to Mike and them?
What?
I ain't touching that. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna be. Because once this kingdom rises, listen, we just said the scripture earlier, right? It says, when the righteous bear rule, the people rejoice, right? It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You understand? Well, we're mourning right now. Once this kingdom falls, righteousness is going to rule, and we are going to rejoice. You understand? And that's going to be a kingdom that is going to reign forever. You understand? Go ahead, finish that.
Let us consider that this will be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Hey, listen, they're going to come up and they're going to overcome. And listen, this is what has happened to us. You understand? Think about how can, in 1985, how can you come and bomb 3 blocks in Philadelphia in 1985 and nobody pays a consequence for it? All of those people unalive and nobody pays for it. How can you? Because they have come up and overcome us.
Right.
You understand? This is what happens when your oppressor rules over you with an iron fist. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
Say that again.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation.
It says, but if there be no iniquity, if we follow in the law, statutes, and commandments, if we are having brotherhood, if we're loving our brothers and sisters, you understand? Go ahead.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Let my Lord now pass by. Go ahead.
Lest their Lord defend them and their God before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Hey, listen. Most High is going to fight for us, and Most High is going to destroy our enemies.
Okay.
And they're going to become a reproach. People are going to be like, yo, you heard about what happened to them? You see what happened to them? Remember when they tried to go up against them and what happened? Yeah, they're going to be a reproach. You understand? And that's what we're fighting for right now.
Damn right, sir.
We fighting so that when this kingdom falls, our kingdom's going to rise. But the only way we're going to do that is if we not follow the oppressor. We not follow those holidays. We don't do that, the wickedness of the oppressor. You understand?
Okay.
You understand? Look at what the oppressor says is good. It's okay to be gay.
Yep.
We hear that all the time. You understand? Pork, the new white meat. We know that's not good. We know that's going against the Most High. You understand? And we gotta we gotta come out of this. We gotta take these blinders off. We gotta take that veil from over our eyes. We gotta see our oppressor for what our oppressor is. He destroyed the Native American Indians. You understand? How do you destroy damn near all the buffalo to destroy your people?
Right.
You unaliving animals to unalive a people. That's sin upon sin. That's destruction on top of destruction. But that's the nature of our oppressor. And this is the reason why this beast has to be put down. You understand? It's that scripture, brute beast.
Brute beast.
Yeah. But hold on, that was the end of that, right? Oh, Slovakia. Daraj, you still got that? You still got that? Don't worry about it. Don't hold. I got it for you. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were drawn swords. Listen, everything that the oppressor says that sounds like he's going to help us is only to hinder, to hurt, and to harm us. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that the oppressor says that he's going to do. Think about this, right? I was living down in Southwest Baltimore, down off of Wilkins Avenue. My son played football. My youngest played football down there. Well, they had a couple of the old Ravens come down there to fix up the field. You understand? To build a new playground. They supposed to build a new high-tech field and all of that type of stuff that, you know, to build the community up. You understand? Everybody, morale of everybody went up. But guess what they was doing? What they call it? Gentrification.
Yeah. Dang.
You understand what I'm saying?
Dang.
Listen, it said, listen. The scripture says his words were softer than oil. They had everybody gassed. They gonna fix it up down here. They gonna build the community center. They gonna build up the rec center. They gonna put a new high-tech football field in right next to the police station. Whole time they gentrifying. Now you seeing oppressors jogging through now. You know what that means when you start seeing them jogging through. That means it's a wrap. The whole thing is every time they promising and they saying this is what we're gonna do, it's a gimmick to get you comfortable with being pushed out. You understand what I'm saying? The scripture right here says his words were softer than oil. They get everybody on board. Everybody, just like we say, everybody, we with it. Oh yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, girl, they came down here. They said they're gonna do this for us. Yeah, I can't wait. Blah, 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 blah. By the time they do it, you're gonna be out Columbia living somewhere in Section 8, somewhere where you can't even get back into the city. Listen, that was the thing they did to us in the 80s, right? Buses, I don't know if you remember, the bus only went to the edge of Liberty Road and stopped right there. So what they did was they moved everybody out to the back of Liberty Road and put Section 8 out back there where buses didn't really come. You had to walk to get to a bus to get back to the city. Buses stopped at a particular time. So if you made it into the city, you knew you had to be gone by a particular time because buses stopped right there and you had a long walk. Listen, it's right here. His words were softer than oil. They do everything for their benefit to your detriment. You understand what I'm saying? Everything that they do that sounds like it's going to be good for you is nothing but a drawn sword. It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Listen, in the end, it's going to be a knife in the back to you. That's all it is. What you got, nephew? Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there. Yep.
And like,
You hit that shit on the- Man, boy, you good as a I love it that man, I love you, boy. For real. Oh man, Most High Christ.
words ain't nothing unless you do it. Like words ain't nothing without action.
Yep, words ain't nothing without action. Hey, listen, and
Words
this is the reason
speak
why.
louder than action.
Listen, this is the reason why the Most High says that we gotta follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. He didn't say say my laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
He said follow. How do you follow? By doing.
By doing.
That's right. By doing. That's why he says follow. He didn't say my commandments. He said follow.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Go ahead, read that for me. Listen to this right here.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts.
Hey, listen, our oppressor is a natural brute beast. You understand what I'm saying? The oppressor is a natural brute beast. And what do we have to do with a beast? What do we have to do with a beast? You have to watch a beast because you don't want to be trampled by that beast.
Right.
You don't want to be overcome by that beast. You understand?
Okay.
Read that from the top again.
Come on. But these, it's like, this is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts,
Go ahead.
made to be taken and destroyed.
Made to be taken and destroyed. Our oppressor is made to be taken and destroyed. You understand? Because he's a natural brute beast. You understand? A brute beast is someone who uses their power to overcome you by any means. You understand? That's a natural, he's naturally a brute beast. He was created to do just what he's doing today.
Right.
You understand? And the only way we overcome that is following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Again, not following or not celebrating Thanksgiving. You understand what I'm saying? Not celebrating Thanksgiving. And that's our downfall because we have so much of the spirit of America in us that we can't help but celebrate her unholy holidays. We can't help but celebrate the destruction of our people. Listen, we can't help but celebrate the destruction of our own selves.
Hey.
What's that, Juneteenth? What is Juneteenth? Somebody tell me, what is Juneteenth? The celebration, it's supposed to be the celebration of us being free, right? Are we free? Are we free? And they stupidity.
Right.
Stupidity.
Yes, sir. If I could, it's a lot.
Go ahead.
If I could, I just went and got a fishing license.
Right.
Oh, you know what I mean? So I asked ChatGPT.
Right.
I said, let me ask you, I said, why do I have to get a license to fish
Right.
in the waters where God supplies the fish?
Right.
So she said, well, it's for to make sure that there's the fish are accounted for, like, you know what I mean? It's not overfishing, you're not doing too much fishing, so it won't mess up the ecosystem. So I said, all right, so let me ask you this. I said, so and it's supposed, the money it's supposed to go to
Right.
those people that regulate this.
Right.
So I said, all right. I said, so all right, that is an organization that regulates it. I said, so why is the Baltimore Harbor, the Chesapeake, so disgusting? Because everybody fishes to go crabbing.
Right.
The waters, the goddamn harbor water is brown,
Uh-huh.
it's burgundy, whatever color. You know what I mean?
Right.
It don't look like water.
Right.
So I said, what about that? She said, okay, I understand. That's a very good point because everything isn't always set up the way it should be.
Right.
But I said, so it just sounds like they just want money. It's just,
Right.
It's financial. They don't care.
Listen,
I'm a slave.
if they can figure out a way to charge us for air,
Right.
they would do it. Because think about it, they charge you for water, right? They said you can't even collect rainwater.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? If it was a way that they could hold you off from air, they would do it. You understand? Can you imagine getting your air cut off? Man, getting your air cut off.
Hey,
Come
you
on.
behind on your air bill.
Go ahead, Darash. My air bill. How about that?
the reason why the water's brown because we need crabs. Crabs are bottom feeders, and they get all the like they collect like all the dead animals.
Yep.
Right. They clean
And stuff like that.
And think about the
And they're
oysters,
bottom feeders.
the oysters,
you don't
the
know what
clams, and
they
all of that.
have.
The oysters, the clams, and all that filter the water.
Right.
You understand? So you have the crabs and the bottom feeders and the shrimp and all of that eat the dead animals on the bottom. Then you have the oysters and the clams and the mussels that filter the water.
Right.
So if you taking all of that stuff up out of there, then naturally the water becomes polluted.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's why the harbor is so disgusting.
Right.
Listen.
Because they regulating us
Right,
from fishing out there, but the people that's making money
right.
is taking all of the crabs out of
Exactly.
the harbor and selling them,
And selling them.
and that's why it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
and
regulated.
there's nothing to filter the water out there.
It's heavy that you brought that out too, because you're right. We regulate it, but they not. You understand? We regulate it, but
Right.
they not.
Exactly.
And it was a time back in the 60s into the early 70s where you could swim in the harbor. The water didn't look like it did. We used to go down to the harbor to watch the fireworks before they built the harbor place up, and watch the fireworks right there. And you could see fish right there in the water. When you walk down to the edge, you could see fish swimming around in there.
Good night.
That's when we was young. You understand? Look at it now. I bet ain't nobody seen a fish in there. You understand? Right. Destroyed everything. You understand? He's a natural brute beast,
God, sir.
made to be destroyed.
God.
You understand? Made to be destroyed.
Made to be
And
destroyed.
the way we destroy him is we let the Most High destroy him from his own stupidity. You understand? And that's what's going on now. We was talking about that in the radio show. You understand? He bringing them together in the Valley of Jehoshaphat.
Yeah.
And that's where their destruction. This is where it's all popping at over in the Middle East right now. You understand? All we had to do is not celebrate these holidays, not follow the way of the oppressor. What's that? Jeremiah 10:2, man.
Tennessee, come
10:2. You understand? Learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. You understand? That's all we got to do is do what the Most High tells us to do. You understand? Stop being ignorant. You understand? And this is the reason why we keep getting brutalized by the oppressor, because we continue to follow the oppressor. You understand? Where we at?
What the rest of that? Speak evil of. Sorry, let me take one at a time.
Quick. Yeah, they want to-
It's 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. But these, as natural brute beasts, made to be taken and destroyed, speak evil of the things that they understand not, and shall utterly perish in their own corruption.
And listen, are we not watching them perishing in their own corruption?
Sir.
Now you got oppressors going against oppressors right now. You understand? Which is the way it should always be. And as a matter of fact, we should never join another one of their military forces. We should listen, to me personally, I believe that whoever's in Congress and voting for these wars, their children should be the first ones to go.
Good night.
I bet you they think about war differently. You understand what I'm saying? But when you don't have a dog in the fight, you could care less. If you could abstain and keep your family out of those wars, you could care less. And this is the reason why we living like we are, because Congress and the Senate, they don't care what's going on with us. Doesn't bother them because they get paid regardless. Think about when their government shut down, Congress and the Senate, they still get paid. Doesn't matter if it was shut down for a month, 2 months, or 3 months. They still get paid. So why do they care about your gas and electric getting cut off? Why do they care about you losing your house or anything like that? This is the reason why we should not follow a people like this. That's definitely not brotherhood. You understand? What you got, Darash?
Just like Emmett Till mother, she didn't care what was happening to the black people before Emmett Till died. But
We
when
don't know that. We don't know though.
what
We don't know.
Oh, she
We
quoted it.
don't. We don't.
she said it. Yeah, she said it in her
Did she say
speech.
that?
She
Oh,
said
well,
it in her
God damn it,
speech.
you right. You
She-
right.
But then when her son died, she said a whole speech. She said it was basically saying like I didn't care. I didn't really like. I didn't. Really,
You know what?
I think-
I did hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Derod. I got to apologize for that. Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, I did hear that. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
She was like, I didn't really care when the other people died, but when my son died,
Right. It hit different, huh?
yeah,
Yeah, it hit different. And that's the problem with us, right? We don't care about nothing until it happens to us. Until we fall, until we feel that pain, we don't care about anything. You understand? And that's the reason why we have to care now. That's the reason why we have to change our ways now. That's the reason why we gotta turn and we gotta follow this path of righteousness. That's the straight way, right? That's the reason why we gotta do what we do. You understand? It's only one way. And that's one West, right?
Damn right.
One way, one body, one West.
Right.
You understand?
All right.
And right. You understand?
Good.
Go ahead.
And that, like the scripture say, that's a straight way,
Right.
and it's narrow.
Yep.
So you gotta follow somebody. So everybody talking about I ain't following no man. You gotta follow. You ain't two people ain't sitting. That's a narrow rule right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's narrow.
You right here. We straight. You know what I mean? Single file line. You know what I mean? Like you at school.
That was heavy as you brought that out. That's heavy right there.
God.
I didn't,
Thought about it, but
yeah,
I
you
always
know,
thought about too many people can't get in there.
right.
But the way he said it, it's so narrow that you just gotta do whatever the man in front of you.
You have to follow.
God, what kind?
You have to follow.
I'm gonna lift this rock up.
Right.
Right.
Over the rock.
The next brother
Climb over.
God,
Right.
Good.
get down,
Right.
Good.
So you got to do what the man did before you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you and listen,
Exactly.
that's the motto of the UPK. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we taught.
Okay.
You got to do what the man did in front of you.
Okay.
You understand? The man that came before you, you have to do what you have to say what the man said before you. You understand? That's heavy.
Okay.
That's heavy. You brought that out. I told you, boy, I love it.
I'm like Chris.
Boy, you make me so goddamn happy, boy. I'm telling you. Damn, you know, but that's it right there. You understand? We gotta follow this truth. We gotta stay in this truth. We can't follow and do what the heathens do.
Yeah.
We gotta stay on that straight path. You understand? We gotta follow the man that's in front of us. You understand what I'm saying? That's heavy as shit right there. I might have to say that out the street. I might have to flip that. How? You understand? Hey, check this out. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? That truth is the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, the so-called natives are the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth. And the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible. Follow those laws, statutes, and commandments. Do not celebrate that Thanksgiving. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to Priest Officer Al-Azhar.
These are security announcements. We are the ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're here to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find as in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we got High Hanukkah coming up December the 14th. You know what I mean? At 3430 Eastern Avenue, man. Come through. We're gonna have strong, we're gonna have brotherhood, sisterhood, you know what I mean? Just come through. We're gonna have a lot of food, like we always do, man. You know what I'm saying? Come through. Remind Alchemy and Aguafi on the chat on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he has to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarf. And with that, we're going to get one courtesy salute to the teacher, Minister Israel Almighty, which means to stand. Almighty Shabbat, Almighty, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatah, Yaji Matah, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.